Would you like a Minecraft base that's got way more stuff in it than you would first think? In fact, it's got everything. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, on my build tutorial series. And today we are going to make a base, but it's not a standard base, but it does have absolutely everything in it. It is actually a really nice design. Not quite a hobbit hole, not quite a hole in the ground, but it does everything you could ever need it to do. Let's have a look. The outside looks absolutely brilliant, and the inside itself is well decorated with all kinds of space to be able to do the work, the enchanting, the mining and the living. I'm going to show you how to make it now. Now, like I normally do, we're going to be freestyling this puppy, but generally speaking, it's going to be quite woody with a little bit of stone in there. All of these bits then represent the workplaces, etc., that we're going to be putting in there as well. But ultimately, we're going to make it up as we go along. So because this is a reverse base, rather than going up, we're going to go down. So I'm going to start off just, I think about here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And come along to 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And then create this kind of shape. It's not a circle, it's not a square. It's sort of something in between, so you can see that's like that. And then I'm going to get myself some, have I got any fence posts? Yes I do. I'm going to get fence post there, and I'm going to put a fence post on every other one and not those two corners. So there, 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 there and there, 3 and 4. So that works rather well. And I then want to put bushes in between them. Now I don't know if this is going to work, and I may play with this, but if this doesn't work, then we could just take them out. I also need to decide where my entrance is going to be, because at the minute all I've done is basically blocked it all off. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down, and I think, how far down should I go? Let's go down 3, 4. I'm making this up as I go along. Let's go down 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, I hope I don't hit K4, and 5. So I'm just going to dig all of this out now. What I'm going to do next is give myself, like I suggested before, a little bit of a storage area in here. And I think what I'll do, if we make, no, not oak planks, if we make this just for now stone, and then we'll texture this up. This definitely needs to be the same floor as the rest of the floor. And then if I put stone there, stone there, stone there, stone there, cobble there, cobble there, cobble there, and a site there, and a site there. There we go. So we've got a nice little alcove. I can then grab my chests, but here I need to make these. That's okay. I need to make these stone steps. So get yourself some stone steps, man, for goodness sake. If you get, actually, it could be that, I'm pretty sure, couldn't it? Let's just get rid of those now. Obviously that's the one thing I didn't want to get rid of. So if I do that, and then I do that, that still opens fine. There we go. I know what I'm doing. There we go. So we've got a 3 double chest there, and because that is a slab, a bottom slab, it will open up. So that's cool. Now let's repeat that on this side. Okay, so what I thought is we'd have one side for crafting, one side for magic, and one side as a kind of a living space, and potentially going down to a mine and maybe even another portal area. So if we dig this bit out first and create this into a space that's, it only needs to be 3 deep. If I cut right in past those wood, that will work best, I think. Yeah, past the wood there. So that's 1, 2 and 3. and then we can start to create something that looks a little bit more attractive. So I reckon if I then put another wooden beam there and across, another wooden beam there and across, and then come all the way across there too, that continues that kind of supported feel. I'm then going to continue with, this should all be okay, right? So okay, so I'm going to need to do something here. That's a shame. Well, let's just pop that back then. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, well what we'll do then in that case is, rather than have it inside there, we'll bring this across this way, and we'll place, where's a half slab? I just got rid of it, didn't I? And we'll place a top half slab in the roof there to give that feel, and then inside here we'll just place, I'll change this up in a bit in terms of making it all properly textured, like that. There, that's perfect. Right, so continue the floor along, because we've got to have continuity. It's a single space, so it can't mess about. And then what we can do here is we can create a magical space. So I'm just going to put bookshelves there and there, bookshelves there, there, and there, and bookshelves there and there. Oh no, I've gone, need one more. Whoopsie. There, and just one there. And if I then pop the enchanting table there, that'll give that enchanting table full oomph. And everybody knows that full oomph is what you need if you're doing enchanting. I'm then going to get a bucket of water. Get rid of that now. Bucket of water there, bucket of water there. I'm going to get a wooden slab there, wooden slab there, and then I'm going to pop my brewing stand there. That's brilliant. I can then place an anvil on that side. That allows for that. We can then get ourselves a double chest there. We could put a double chest there as well. So we've got a bit of a magic making area there. We can collect our water, pop it in there. Bottles in one, potions in another. That works rather well. I'm very happy with that. I'm then going to light that up just to test out what the lighting is like by popping that like that. Okay, so now we've got our magical area there. We come along the other side. We need to dig out a similar space to that. So I'm digging out this section so as it matches the other side. We've got the same flooring, the same walls, and the same support struts. I'm then going to go and do it on the third side. Now, as I got to the end of doing this third side, I realised that the ceiling was just too low. I should have brought the entire base down one, but I didn't want to adjust it now. So I had a bit of an idea. I realised that if I brought the floor down one level and used some steps, that would give us much better head height and it wouldn't feel so claustrophobic on these two sides. One of these is going to be living quarters and the other is going to be a working quarters, unlike the magic section, which is really a reach in and get it type of place. So that looks much better. So starting in this area down here, we're going to build up our working area. Now I think we're going to be doing a reasonable amount of smelting. So I'm going to put in 2 rows of furnaces, but then I'm also going to put in a smoker and also a blast furnace. Now I suspect most of the stuff will be done in these, but we will do a little bit in these as well. Now I'm also on here, I'm going to pop in that there, and I'm going to put on top of the blast furnace the stone cutter. That's given us quite a nice array of working materials. On the left hand side we're going to pop in the loom, and we're also going to put in the cartography table, and on the right hand side we've got ourselves a little bit more space. So I think if we place in the crafting table there and then get ourselves some storage, because one thing this place hasn't got yet is storage, we can put a double chest there, a double chest there, a double chest there, and a double chest there, and that gives us plenty of room. In fact, we could even put in a double chest there as well. That is quite a nice little working area. Now over on this side we need our living space, so I'm going to pop in a bed, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it in there. That's perfect, and I'm going to shove 2 chests, one on top of another just there. That means that it's not too locked in. Also pop another chest there and another chest there. It gives you plenty of space to be able to get into your bed and have a little bit of storage there as well. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to take out these blocks here. I'm going to turn those into those blocks, and I'm going to take that out and I'm going to pop that in like that. In fact, no I'm not. I'm going to take these out here and here, and I'm going to put that like that and that like that. Oh, not like that, like that. And we're going to do something with that in just a moment. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take out these blocks here, and I'm also going to take out that block. I'm going to put in some water in there, shove that water in like that. I'm then going to fill that up with dirt. I'm going to till that soil, and I'm going to plant up some seeds. Now it's not much, but it is a tiny little farm nevertheless, so that is something that we can carry on growing, which is quite nice. Now what I think I'm going to need to do is take out those seeds there, because I need to take out that. You can just see it, so let's make that wood, bring those seeds back and pop those in. Okay, so that is beautiful. We're very happy with that. Now what we're going to do here, we have got more to do. In fact, what I might do now is I'm going to pop that armor stand there like that. I'm going to bring these items forward, and I'm going to populate the armor stand with that. So now we've got a little armor stand going down there as well. Get rid of those. We don't need those anymore. I'll just put them on. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to dig ourselves down. So as we've got quite a nice looking mineshaft, I'm going to take these 3 bits out. I'm going to bring back the steps, so as we've got a continuity of steps there. Bring those down like that. And I'm going to create a mineshaft that goes down just a little way to start with, and then branches out left and right. So make sure that you're always digging out 4 high, especially when you're going to line it, which I'm going to do. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you get my meaning there, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to get some brick steps, and we're going to replace these with brick steps. Like that. And then also here, here, oh, there, and there, and there, we're going to replace with brick steps. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to use the brick steps, and specifically brick steps, because I quite like the idea of it. It looks quite grand and gothic. And we're going to use brick steps and oak wood to line up this area here. I decided I need wooden pillars to support this staircase, and they needed to be proud of the walls rather than just flat with the wall, and I didn't want to bring them in so there was only one wide step in the middle. So I expanded the wall out and replaced the front portal with wood, as well as wood every 3 or 4 steps. I also made sure that I lit it up on the sides of the steps to give a nice clear path. Once I got to the bottom of this fairly short staircase, just having a couple of repeats of those wooden columns, I built out a small antechamber so as I could continue the survival theme of this base. At the bottom of our stairs now, and what we're going to do is create a little antechamber. What I've done is I've trimmed both sides, and we're going to be trimming these out in just a second and given some wooden support pillars just to give continuity. And then we've got this hole here, which is conveniently this sort of size and shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some obsidian across there. I'm going to come in there and there. I am going to do the corners because it will just make my teeth hurt if I don't. And like that. So we've got then an obsidian gate. Now what we do know is that we need to trim across there as well, otherwise it won't look right. I'm then going to put a fence there, a gate there, and a gate there, except that's a gate there, a fence there, and a fence there, which allows me to go in and out. But should any zombie pigmen want to come through into my base, they'll just hang around the other side of that gate and hopefully won't stay for too long. That would be very annoying. I'm not going to light it up yet because the noise will drive me mad. Now, choose one of your two sides. It totally does not matter which side you choose, and pop out those two bricks. Then on the other side, you're going to build yourself a little storage area like that. And then underneath here, make these upside down steps, or right way round steps more specifically. And that will allow you to put in another row of chests that will still open. So you've got 6 double chests there to help with the storage of the stuff that you're going to bring out from your mine, which is here. Now the mine goes as deep as you want to go. Stand in the middle of your 2 blocks because you don't want to dig straight down, and just go down like this. And as you go, make sure you trim out the wall at least for a little bit to make it look a bit more attractive. This is just me. If you want to leave it as bare stone and whatever coal or iron you manage to create as you dig down, that is entirely up to you. Once you've got all the way to the bottom, get yourself a ladder all the way back up to the top. And once you're at the top, pop out that ladder and pop in a trapdoor there, and then pop in another trapdoor there just for safety, because you don't want to be falling to your doom. I suggest that you go down to Y11 here, because that is really, for me, the best place to do any branch mining. Then all you need to do to get down is you're going to go in there and you're going to come all the way down into where you're going to do your mining. Now I've just trimmed this off literally with 3 high logs that go into the ceiling, so you don't need a strut going across the top. I've trimmed off just this side there and this side there, upside down stairs, a couple of lanterns, and frankly you can do this area whatever you want. Back at the top, and our base has now pretty much formed. However, we are open to the elements. No one wants to have rain on their heads, so we're going to close this off using bottom half slabs and a few other details, and I'm just going to crack on with that right now. Finished off this outside area. We've popped a little gate on there. I'm just going to pop a torch there to give a little bit of light, and then we're going to come inside because we've got some of these shelves. Now you can use these shelves here for anything you want whatsoever. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a torch in the middle of each of them and there, and I'm also going to put a torch on the outside of each of those two and on there and there. And then what I'm going to do is I've got this little area in the middle, and I'm going to pop down 3 high like that, and I'm going to come out 1 and 2, and on top of those I'm just going to put a torch. Now what that's going to do is going to give us enough light inside the base for whatever we might need. And it comes down, you can see you got your plenty of head clearance. We just need to decorate it up in whatever way you fancy. Now I don't mind telling you that I think this fella turned out all right. We got a decent looking outside, a little custom tree with a seating area, a little bit of extra planting, not necessarily for farms, but more for aesthetic. Melons, pumpkins, a little pond. What more could you want? It's hidden up a little bit by bushes, and I think it'd be really fun to live in. But what's it like on the inside? Let's lock ourselves in with a gate, that makes it safe. So we've got a little seating area with a carpet. Obviously you've already seen all of the functional areas, but we've prettied it up a little bit with a few more pictures, a few more lamps. We've got hanging lamps off of shelves there, and I think that adds the perfect finish to this already really nice, completely functional base. I'm very happy with the way this has turned out. When you make stuff up as you go along, you just kind of tweak and poke and play around with it, and it comes into something like this. I've put a world download in the description below, so please do feel free to go and have a quick look around on your own. It is Java, so I apologise for Bedrock players. I don't have Bedrock. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club. I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.